The group now in charge of recycling in Quebec says its first year was a success. But critics say there's more work to be done. Eco-Entreprise Quebec is a non-profit representing container and packaging producers. It took over the collection, sorting, and sale of recyclable material more than a year ago.
We can say that it's mission accomplished. Because there weren't any breakdowns in collection and sorting services in 2025. Nothing changed that much for the citizen.
The government's goal was to place the burden of recycling on companies that make containers and packaging. But some say other solutions need to be explored in order to make a true impact on reducing waste.
It's really disappointing to see that a certain amount of flexible plastics are being burned in the name of recycling. That is not a good sign.
The EEQ is reporting it managed to send 80% of the material collected from households to recyclers. Yet 19% of the material is not. Worsick says some of the paper collected, for example, is being exported outside of North America.
Which we know is a terrible thing because a lot of that is, paper bales laced with plastic that end up polluting other countries, including India and likely in Southeast Asia as well.
Worsick says one solution is to reduce the amount of wasteful packaging that is used.
And to change the formats so that they can actually be even refilled many times and recycled afterwards. That would be kind of the gold standard of the program.
Another solution, this professor says, would be for the government to keep track of which companies are buying these materials for recycling. The EEQ report says only 63% of the material that was sorted was sold to recyclers in Quebec.
The environmental impact of the transportation removes any benefit of recycling. Then they need to make a really hard, cold assessment of whether it's actually better for the environment to landfill this material than it is to recycle it, because in many cases, it's better to landfill than it is to recycle.
Hurt says companies should be producing smarter packaging, but people at home also have a major role to play by reducing their consumption.